Hey everyone, it's Chris here at Sandler in Toronto. So I've got a question for you, which is how's business? Yeah, it's a common question, right? Good chance you've posed it of another human being in the past couple of months. Good chance you've been the recipient of that question over the past couple of months, whether it was at a networking event or a trade show or even like at a backyard barbecue or a rooftop patio where, although it was social, business came up. Okay. And what I want you to take yourself back to is when you pose the question of another human, what kind of responses did you get? Chances are you might have heard things like business is good, or maybe some version of, Chris, same old, same old. And how engaging was that response when you were the recipient of that response? And I guess, could that person have done better? Now, if you've ever been the giver of that response, the good news is we got a couple more warm months here where we're going to face that question again. How's business? And the question will be, well, how do we respond? Here's what we do here. Okay, it's not perfect, but seems to work and engages some people, not all. Um, so I guess self role play. Chris, how's business? Well, one, John, I really appreciate you asking. Two, summer's actually a pretty interesting time of year for us. We usually end up, working on some problems we don't normally work on in other parts of the year. So I could share a couple if you want. Sure. So first would be business leaders who show up who say, yeah, they've got a really solid team, had excellent habits and discipline pretty much right up to June 30th, but then on July 1st, we fell out of kilter a little bit. And they're just looking for some help to get back on point so that their staff does, in fact, have their best year this year. And, their work through the summer period doesn't have a negative impact like on September through December. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one we would work on. Another would just be like getting a hold of business decision makers. Most say it's a little harder through the summer. So they're really just looking to pick our brain on forums where they can find higher efficiencies related to, outbound attempts to actually connecting with a human voice. Okay. An example we'd give them is like client alumni. So, John, what I mean by that is like, you've got a client, they leave a company, they go to another one, and they're just more likely to answer the phone when you call them at the new company, especially if you did a good job for them where you worked with them previously. Does that make sense? Yeah, Chris, that makes sense. So, I mean, that's a little bit of what we'd work on. How about you? How about in your world? How's business? What are you working on these days? Make sense? So try it out. I'm not saying they'll be your next prospect or client, but maybe. Or maybe they might know someone who is facing some of the summer challenges that your clients face. So check it out, try it out, and until next time, be well, sell well.